Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Jessica. So today we're going to record my September 2025 lineup, but first we got to make some amendments to the August lineup. So I thought I'd show you those before we get into it, just because I haven't fully put down these weeks anyway. So I mostly stuck to my August lineup like for 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of August, and then we got to the week of August. What week is this? 18th, and I had to switch because I last minute, like a week before, got tickets to a baseball game because there was a good deal because our team was on a winning streak. So I decided to put down Batter Up by Cafe with Anna, which is a Mets themed kit, but you can totally use this for any team as well, I suppose. And uh, my team, which is a minor league team, is the Sacramento Rivercats because I am from Sacramento. So I stand my Sacramento teams. Everyone else, it's like situational. Anyway, whatever that means. But we are the minor league team for the San Francisco Giants, so I put the black and orange next to each other to represent the Giants. I hope that's okay, Anna. As far as I know, we're not rivals, but if we play each other. But yeah, so I don't have all the characters down yet, obviously, but I just put down the whole base on a Friday night because I had had a week at work. Well, no, it wasn't like a bad week, just like a long week at work. So you'll see more of this in my August recap when we get around to filming that. But yeah, that was kind of a last minute decision because plans change. And then for the week of August 25th, my plans are going to change as well. I think I was going to use Cafe with Anna. What's it called? I have it on here. Homecoming, but I'm gonna move that forward a few weeks into September, so we'll flip through it one more time because I last minute, not last minute, like 2 weeks in advance, decided to go to a football game. So yeah, we'll talk more about that when we get there. But that means for this week, I don't exactly know what to use. That was gonna be like my fully back to school kit. So I did have like a mini pool party with like my family, so because it was really hot this week. This isn't really like a pool themed kit, and I did kind of want to save this one for Halloween. This is Spooky Scoops by Cafe with Anna, but I also am kind of like ready for fall. Like I'm filming this August 31st. Oops, sorry, there's some gunk on some old nail glue on my finger. I'm filming this August 31st, and I'm honestly considering getting the fall decorations out tomorrow, even though it's going to be hot for another like at least 6 weeks if we're being honest. But yeah, I have the extra pattern boxes. I just thought this would be fun. Didn't go to the beach, but I don't know. I feel like this could work for a pool party and kind of just being over summer. We've had a very mild summer, and then at least in June and July, and then in August it got so hot, and it looks like it might cool off a little bit next weekend, but also it could heat back up again, so we'll just have to see. So yeah, because I don't really have any other, I have like leftovers from a couple other like oceanic themed kits, but I don't know that I want to use that. So I'm kind of just in the mood to use this kit. So if that messes up my October lineup, so be it. I can always track down another kit. So that's Spooky Scoops for probably the week of August 25th. So then we get into September. So I actually keep little post-its in my monthly view that I move to the weeks once I actually film the lineup and commit to a kit. But of course, last minute changes happen all the time. But I'm going to move the planner out of the way and we can get into the September kits. All right, so let's take a look at what I've actually got planned for September. I feel like September I'm more likely to stick to this lineup because we've got a lot of like kind of set in stone, either ticketed or invited plans that are more formal. So like I feel like in the fall months I usually stick to the lineup. The summer months, not so much. And that's just because summer's always like really up in the air for me. So for my monthly kit, for my September monthly, I have a Bella Planella kit called Orange Grove. And I think this is the first time I've used a monthly kit from her. I've definitely used weekly kits from her and used a lot of icons from her in the past, but I just thought this would be a nice transition from summer to fall because like I said, September is often still rather summery here. Like usually the mornings will get cooler, but I feel like the days are still pretty hot. So I'm looking forward to using this because of the like light orange, but still kind of like pastel colors. I feel like it's a really good transition from spring into fall. So that will be Orange Grove by Bella Planella for my monthly view. And then the first weekly kit I'm going to show you will be for the week of September 1st through the 7th, and our friends are getting married. My husband's a groomsman in this wedding, so that's quite exciting. And like technically he's been in the wedding party for like 2 other weddings that happened last year, but they didn't have like a formal like walk down, the wedding party walks down the aisle and all that type of thing. So this is like the first. Someone is talking so loudly. Anyway, really the first like formal groomsman situation it is, so that's fun. So this is Always You by Bunny Bear Plans, and I think I got the, yeah, it says on here I got the full kit, and then I also got some add-ons because I wanted to customize this as much as possible. I really love this art. Honestly, if this art had come out before I got married, I probably would have used it for my own wedding. And I might have even done a different color. I might have done this color scheme for my wedding if this had come out then. So I like this because the wedding is happening at a vineyard. I don't think it's going to be like a setup like this, but yeah, I think what I'll do is use more of like the guest related boxes because obviously I'm a guest at this wedding. I truly don't know why this man is talking so loud. You definitely can't hear it, but like someone is having the loudest conversation of all time. That doesn't often happen here. So yeah, there's the full boxes. There's these rounded off boxes and habit trackers. Lots of mini deco. I love tiny deco. Sorry, there was like a piece of cat hair that was like stuck on my mouth. It was annoying. More full boxes and checklists. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like mini deco for some reason. Tons of little things and labels and then plain ones. And then I don't love the bottom washi that was actually put into the kit. I also think my order, the ink, her ink was like off because I saw this in somebody else's kit. I think it was Carly Plans who was using this, and like this color looked very different in Carly's kit than it does in mine. So like this looks really vibrant, but I feel like this was supposed to be more like bright. So I don't really know what happened there. That's just my opinion. I don't print stickers, so I have no idea, but I do feel like this wasn't supposed to be as brown, especially because of how it appears in the art. But that's fine. I'll be able to use it. I'll probably just limit how much I use this color. I haven't decided which of these 4 colors I'm eliminating because I am going to bring in green instead because I just think it looks nicer. I don't like how monochromatic this is personally, but I know a lot of other people do like that. So, but yeah, I feel like the burgundy or whatever color that's supposed to be was supposed to be more like this, and in the labels it's very brown, which I don't love. But yeah, I have an add-on for the guest boxes. I'll probably use these since my husband's a groomsman and I'm gonna be holding a glass of wine, that's for sure. You invite me to a vineyard wedding, I will be drinking the wine. And then this is the extra boxes of the brides. I'll kind of play it by ear and decide which one makes the most sense for this wedding. I haven't seen the bride's dress or anything like that, so. Yep, and then I have the add-on for the full bottom washi, and I love this so much more than the bottom washi in the kit. So I will be subbing that in. And then I also have 2 of the green extra color label samplers because I just think green is a better option for this, for like adding more variety and really making the colors pop in this kit. So I think, let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to eliminate one of the like pinks. Or I might even eliminate this color just because it's not really, it doesn't even really match the full boxes anyway. Like, look how like red that is versus how brown that is. That's just not exactly what I was hoping for. So just taking a look at like obviously we're going to use the green. Like green is one of my favorite colors. So it was a core color in my own wedding. So like we're going to use green. I'll keep the cream because that looks nice. And then I don't even really like the heart pattern anyway, personally. I don't love the bow pattern either that much, but it's not as noticeable as the heart pattern. So I don't know. I thought I was going to eliminate this color at first, but I think it might be this one, this one, this one, and this one. I don't know. We'll decide once we actually put down the stickers. And I will be back, hopefully, I think, to filming Plan With Me's in September, especially because like for things like a wedding, that's fun, and I would like to film a whole video for that. So that's Always You and my color dilemma. I have this little freebie from Bella Planella that was previewing her September color of the month, and that matches really well. So I'll bring in those icons, and then I'll bring in a little bit of gold foil. So I have these corners, these kind of filigreed corners from Planet Hannah, and then I have a little bit of heart foil from Scribble Prints Co. And then I have some more kind of like leafy filigree patterns from Scribble Prints Co. as well, just to kind of add a little bit of accent. I realize in 2025, I don't think I've used underlays like once. I just have, I don't know. I don't, first of all, budget. Secondly, I just don't feel like playing with foil that much anymore, unless it's like a super special occasion, and we have had nothing like that special happen in 2025 yet. So I've just kind of been chilling on foil. Like, it adds more decisions than I need to be making right now, and adds more money than I need to be spending right now. So I still like it. It's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel worth the effort right now. But anyway, that's the whole first week of September is the wedding kit. And then originally I was going to use Cafe with Anna's Homecoming for like that back to school week. But then my dad was like, oh, I'm going to play in the alumni band again, and I'm not going to be using my football tickets that weekend. Does anybody want them? I was at my parents' house, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to go. So we're going to go to football this weekend, and obviously that's relevant here. So fun fact, my dad was in the University of California marching band like for 1 year, his first year of college. Both my parents have stories about their first year of college where they didn't realize how much they would actually need to study. So their second year, their second semester, they were like, they didn't know each other. They went to totally different schools, by the way, and they each had this experience as college freshmen. They each had kind of like come to Jesus moments where they were like, you need to study and stop doing other stuff like partying and extracurriculars and all that stuff. So he only did it for like 1 year. At least I think that's what I'm remembering from the story. My parents are storytellers. It's kind of great. But in more recent years, he's gotten into the alumni marching band. And so this week, September 8th through the 14th, he is playing with them, which is fun. And I don't think I've seen him play in the alumni band. He's saxophone, just FYI, if you care. So yeah. And like when I was little, he would sing a lot of their band songs, including the Cal drinking song, which, you know, might not be appropriate for children to know, but it's fun. So yeah, there's lots of marching band elements in here. And so I went to Cal as well. I went to the University of California, Berkeley. And our football team absolutely sucked during the 2 years I was there. My senior year, we were 1-11. As in, we won exactly 1 out of the 12 games they played that season. Yeah, so I'm a little resentful of that. My dad's a big football fan, though, so like he would, starting when I was like 12 or something, he would take us to football games sometimes. And I still don't fully understand football, I'm going to be real, but I enjoy going. And the University of California Marching Band, top notch. They're great. They do excellent work. They're so much better than the football team. Just going to say it. And a few years ago, they sold these shirts that said like, I'm with the band in their colors and with like a little marching band person on it. And I don't know where those were sold or how I could have gotten one, but I really hate that I don't have one. Because yeah, I go to football games a lot of the time for the marching band because their halftime show and their pregame show, just always top notch, excellent. Because not only do they do like our fight songs and all of that, but they will pick a theme for each game, each home game, and play like pop songs. So it's great. Like, I'm trying to think of like highlights. They definitely played like Coldplay songs and like We Built the City, and there's always a theme. So it's either like a specific artist or like a theme. So I think the theme for this weekend is going to be something like outer space. So that'll be fun to see what they come up with. But yeah, I'm here for the Cal Marching Band, not always here for the football team because we just don't have a good football team. I think we're better now, but like I'm not really there for the football because it's kind of embarrassing. It's so embarrassing sometimes that a lot of like we're not even the Pac-12 doesn't even exist anymore, or the Pac-10 or whatever it was. Like we're playing the most random teams now. So that's my little football rant. I still support my school, but yes, I am mostly there for the marching band and to feel like I'm part of something. Moving on. Sorry, that was a story time. So then the next week, September 15th through the 21st. September 21st. When is my cat's birthday? I don't know. It's a made-up birthday anyway. It's for Evie, who's my older cat, who we got when she was 3. So her birthday is actually the day that the shelter took her in, minus however many years they estimated she was based on, I don't know. So, but you got to celebrate her birthday sometime. So I have Let's Potty, the cat version from Planner Face. So those are the extra boxes and the regular boxes. This is just so adorable. And also I like that it's got like orange in it because then, you know, that works for a fall birthday. I don't think we have any plans this weekend, and I think that's good because I like to do what people want to do on their birthday. I don't like to, you know, impose what I think they should do on their birthday onto them. Like, to quote Leslie Knope, why would I plan an Ann Perkins party for Ron Swanson, you know? So Evie is a homebody, like a lot of cats are, although some cats are adventure cats, I will say. Neither of mine are. So I think we're just going to spend time at home with her, especially because both of us are working so much lately out of the house. I love all this little deco here with all the cats and the paw prints and everything. So yeah, I think this will be our chill at home weekend because that's what Evie likes to do. She, like, my husband's been gone this weekend and she's been so clingy with me because she likes to like crawl up onto my husband's chest and sleep on him, and so she's sending that onto me now. So I thought it would be really funny to pull in this freebie from Planner Pixie Co that's in like a pink hollow. Guess first of all, it matches the kit, and then this overlay says, "Sorry, I can't go. I'm an indoor cat and homebody." So I thought that would be a nice tribute to Evie, who was sleeping behind me. But then once I started talking to the camera, she left. I think she wanted to go sleep without me yapping. And then I had to cut this in half to fit it in my storage, but I have these Prairie Planner cat scripts in gold, as well as these headers in gold that are cat themed. And then I have my little Oh Hey Cat buns. I just have a couple of these left at this point, but my cat is a calico, so I can pull that in if I need any extra boxes. So yeah, that's going to be for September 15th through the 21st because it's the cat's birthday and we might be a little homebody-ish. Also, we probably are going to have like home projects to work on at that point. So, and I'll be tired from work. So there's that. And then the next week is September 22nd through the 28th. And we have tickets to go to a local Renaissance fair. And I did want to use the Kittenish Jess Renaissance art, but like it just didn't work out timing wise with which shops were carrying it because I could only find like 2 different shops carrying it. And there aren't ones that I always order from. So like it would just be ordering that one kit and it just wasn't going to work out. So instead I pulled Darkling Sky from Cinderella Paper because I was already placing an order with her, and this is kind of like mythical Renaissance. I don't know. I thought it kind of fit, so if I'm able to get my hands on something more relevant, I will, but I do think this will work. I know a Renaissance fair doesn't always mean like mythical creatures, but I think it can. I don't know. I've been to a Renaissance fair before, and honestly, it leaned more medieval, if I'm being honest, for being distinct about our historical periods. Anyway, it's all good fun, so we're gonna go ahead and use that, and then I just have a little bit of kind of like whimsical gold foil from Sadie Stickers pulled for that. So that is September 22nd through the 28th. I've never been to this specific Renaissance fair before, so hopefully it's a good time. We'll see. And then finally, I'm gonna show you, this is technically for October, but I know for sure I'm going to use, well, actually I don't know for sure because who knows what the weather's going to be like. This is a very weather dependent activity, but I do have a camping reservation for not the whole week, but this week starts with September 29th and ends with October. I got to flip my planner over to check the dates. Ends with October 5th. So the plan is to go camping. So I pulled Stargazing from Cinderella Paper. I have a lot of extra boxes with this because I got a freebie, and then these are the freebies that come with the kit. And then these are the full boxes. I love the colors of this kit. As I just told you, I went to Cal, so these are our colors, really. Or at least the navy and the gold are. So I do have a lot of shirts with blue and gold on them. So there's that, and then I thought it would be lots of fun to pull in some really old foil that I have, but these stickers are still good. So because this is kind of like a stargazing theme, I thought it would be really pretty, especially on the darker boxes, to pull in this gold prism foil. It's quite old from Scribble Prints Co., but it does the job. This is like one of my favorite foil patterns of all time, and like this was the only iteration I could ever find of it. So yes. Don't have a lot of foil left from it, but I hold on to every last bit of it that I can use because I just love this pattern so much, and I especially love using it for situations where you can put it over something dark like a night sky. It's just gorgeous. So yeah, that is everything for September and beyond. So September 29th, we're using Cinderella Paper Stargazing with gold prism foil. September 22nd, we're using Cinderella Paper Darkling Sky with a little bit of gold foil. September 15th, we're using Let's Party Cat version from Planner Face with some like pink hollow and gold foil. Whoops, I forgot a couple of pages here. September 8th, we're using Homecoming by Cafe with Anna with no particular foil. Having a hard time grabbing things, sorry. This is so many sheets of stickers, my goodness. September 1st, we're using Always You by Bunny Bear Plans with lots of extra freebies and gold foil. And then at the very beginning of the month, we're using Bella Planella Orange Grove with no foil because it's a month of kit. So yeah, that's everything I got lined up for September. I feel more likely to stick to this than what happened with August. So let me know what you're using in September, and I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.